Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
What's up, Cheap Shot Nation? You're watching Quick Shot Reviews, and the cinemas are back open. They are playing a mixture of brand new films, which we will bring you very, very soon, and old films as well. It's not The Predator, but it does star Arnold Schwarzenegger. We went to go and see The Terminator from 1984, and wow, this film still holds up, and it looked absolutely beautiful on the big screen. So, if you want to hear what I thought of The Terminator, move to the main part of the video and click subscribe. So, as previously mentioned, The Terminator was released in 1984 by director James Cameron, and it has become an absolute classic from sci-fi, horror, whatever you think it was. I think it was sci-fi horror, definitely had roots in horror with this one. One antagonist stalking a couple of protagonists, very much horror related here. And sort of on the same vein as Alien, which was also a sci-fi horror. But this one, I mean, what more 80s can you get? Horror, sci-fi, lasers, robots, a dystopian future, and it was released in 1984, which, you know, George Orwell, 1984, predicted a dystopian future. Incidentally, the main, one of the main protagonists served with the resistance from 2021 to 2027. And guess what year we're in now? 2021. And that, of course, was Reese, who was the love interest of Linda Hamilton's character, of course, Sarah Connor. Yes. There we go. So, this film stars Arnold Schwarzenegger as the Terminator, Linda Hamilton as Sarah Connor, Michael Bahan, whatever his name is, can't say it. I think it's Michael Bain, which is quite funny because Bain, you know, from The Simpsons. Plays Kyle Reese, which is the love interest. I'm not going to spoil it. If you've never seen this film, go and watch it because it really brings everything together. I mean, I was one of the many people that saw Terminator 2 before Terminator the original. In fact, I only saw the original Terminator last year for my 31 Days of Horror. So when this came up as a chance to go and watch this in the cinema, absolutely fantastic movie in the cinema, still brilliant and still holds up today. I mean, there was some hokey moments, but it's still quite horrific at times. So, basic premise of the Terminator: a human soldier, a humanoid, as it were, is sent from 2029. That is only 8 years from now to 1984 to stop an almost indestructible cyborg. So that's a human soldier, rather. Which is the Kyle Reese, of course, to stop an indestructible cyborg, which is Arnold Schwarzenegger, killing machine sent from the same year, which has been programmed to execute a young woman whose unborn son is the key to humanity's future salvation. And if you don't know who that is John Connor, and you will see him in Terminator 2 Judgment Day. And again, really good film, and that is coming out in the cinema as well. Obviously it's already been out in the cinema, it came out in 1992, but that is nearly 30 years old now, which is incredible, really. And just to see how that will hold up will be brilliant. Yeah, so we've got all that. So what can you say about the Terminator? Terminator is a film that never lets up, much like its main protagonist, antagonist, whatever you want to call it, the Terminator, Arnold Schwarzenegger's character. The story never lets up, much like the cyborg machine it's named after, and it's wrapped in a soft outer layer, of course, with the love interest and the unborn son and all that kind of stuff, but the blood and guts are on the inside. It's quintessentially 80s, lasers, robots, it's outer space, you name it, it's got the 80s, it's got the 80s dancing, and the lots of slow-mo here as well. Silent protagonist here, silent antagonist. I always get those two mixed up. Silent antagonist here in Arnold Schwarzenegger. Never says anything apart from a few lines. I'm not going to repeat one of them, but it is programmed into his into his robot brain, which is quite funny. And it's like Terminator Frankenstein just on a mission to get something done, and it's just brilliant. It's punishment. It's one hell of a ride, and it just holds your attention still. I mean, we're talking nearly 40 years old, this film. It's incredible that it's held up so well. Can't get more 80s than big muscles, big machine guns, and motorbikes and lasers and robots, and I've already said that before, but this film is so good that I have no trouble in saying what my final verdict is, and that is watch it. If you've not seen it before, go and watch it, because I was one of those people that hadn't watched it, and now I have. I've seen it twice, I really like it, and I think, compared to Judgment Day, okay, Judgment Day may be slightly better, but there is 8 years in between the two films. This film, I think, actually edges it on story ever so slightly. Going to go controversial here. I think this film deserves a lot more praise than it's already got, and comparing it to Judgment Day is a bit of a cop-out, really. I think they both hold up individually. One could not exist without the other. Like I say, I saw Terminator 2 and then I saw Terminator, and it molds. You can watch either one first and it just works so well. If you've seen the Terminator, tell us what you think in the comment section down below or on social media. Make sure you click that subscribe button. We're nearly at 1,300 subscribers. Let's get up to 1,300 subscribers, and that can only happen with you, the Cheap Shot Nation. I have been your host, Luke. I'll see you next time. I'll be back.